can just have a habit to speak to yourself because we never judge ourselves, right? You can start your day with a little bit of, self-talk, or you can just describe your daily routine to yourself. Like, I wake up at 6 o'clock, I do some yoga or meditation, I get ready, I leave for office. So these kind of things you can start, right? And then also you can try journaling. You can just describe whatever happened in your day. And when you're starting, remember to just get comfortable with the language. Enjoy speaking it. Okay.
Right,
Don't
right,
focus too much on grammar or something. Just go with the flow. First of all, I try to guess the meaning from the context itself, like what would be the meaning, right?
right.
Suppose the word amiable. My friend is very amiable. So I'll try to guess what it can be, if friendly or something like that. And to check my guess if it's right or not, then I look up for the word on Google. And that's
Mm,
how I try to think like how I can apply this word in
in
my
my own
conversation,
sentences.
right?
Right.
Yes. And if I do that like 2, 3 times in a day, I will deliberately try to make some sentences using that word.
Some have the habit of pronouncing sh as only s, shaw to saw. It's not only one problem. With many different words, they are not able to pronounce the words properly. What method should they apply? What is the role of grammar? Oh, what is your take on this?
Stay away from grammar, seriously. Otherwise, you will just
Even one question I asked ChatGPT today, and unfortunately, I don't know. I found that the answer what ChatGPT gave, it was wrong. Then I again double checked. I said, I think that the first option which you have given is wrong. Then immediately ChatGPT gave me the answer. Oh, thank you so much for catching my fault. Yes, it is
exactly.
wrong. Hello, Puja. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. What about you? Tell me about your routine. How was it?
I'm doing fantastic. Everything is going pretty well. And I'm all charged up for today's session. Thank you for inviting me here.
Okay, whenever I connect with you, I also get a different level of positivity from you. So I'm not going to ask so many things, but yes, a few questions I'll certainly love to ask. But before that, Pooja, if you introduce yourself in short.
Sure. So, as you know, my name is Puja Rathor. I'm from Delhi. I have been working at Ocean English Academy as a spoken English trainer.
Mhm.
And apart from being a housewife, I love connecting with people. I love interacting with them. As teaching is my passion, so I spend most of my time teaching students, both Indian, international, and mostly I teach homemakers. And apart from that, talking about my academic background, I hold a bachelor's degree in English literature, and I'm also a certified IELTS and TESOL trainer. That's about me. Thank you.
So, yes, learners, you have a great trainer today with you all. And your questions only I'm going to ask Madam Pooja, because they have been asking the same questions to me that, ma'am, how can I do this? How can I do that? So, I have been giving them answers. But now, as you have different experience, you have been teaching for so long, you have expertise. So, your answer can be maybe a little different for them or can be convincing for them. So I'll just ask a few questions which my students have been asking me. Are you okay with it? Shall I go
Yeah,
ahead
yeah,
with
sure.
that? No problem
Yes,
for
of
you, no
course.
problem. I know it. Okay. Usually, Pooja, students used to ask that, ma'am, I have been practicing, I know English, I understand English, but when it comes to speaking, I don't know why. I feel nervous. I feel hesitant. The words don't come to my mind. So, what would you suggest such people?
I know it's very natural and common to face this kind of hesitation when it comes to speaking because, as we know, listening is much easier than speaking. So, speaking requires a lot of effort and, getting out of your comfort zone, especially if you're a beginner. So, there are a couple of things you can start as a beginner. Like, if you feel hesitant to practice in a group setting or with another person, you can just have a habit to speak to yourself because we never judge ourselves, right? We are our
Right.
own best friend. So, if you can start your day with a little bit of, self-talk, or you can just describe your daily routine to yourself. Like, I wake up at 6 o'clock, I do some yoga or meditation, I get ready, I leave for office. So these kind of things you can start, right, in the morning itself. And then you see that, slowly and gradually you are able to converse thing will also help you to gain confidence, because once you cross this level, then the next thing you have to start is speak to someone in your family, among your friends, whoever you're most comfortable with, right? Slowly just focus on making short sentences, okay? And whichever you find easy, do not focus on using any advanced verb, or you can say such complicated sentences. No need of that. Okay, just start with simple words, simple sentences, short sentences. Also, you can try journaling. You can just describe whatever happened in your day at
Mhm.
night, 5 or 10 minutes. If you don't enjoy journaling, you can just record yourself speaking about your day, what's going on in your professional and personal life. In that way, you are just getting comfortable to use this language, because your muscles, tongue muscles, needs to be, you have to make them into a habit of
Right,
speaking.
right,
So that is very important. As a beginner, you should practice this. And once you're comfortable describing things, speaking about your day and everything, then you should come to slightly challenging topics and try speaking to your co-learners. If you are able to join any group, you can just practice with co-learners. You can,
Mhm.
these days, you can approach YouTubers also to have conversation, right? So there are
Right.
ample of opportunities. There are plenty of opportunities,
Right.
right? When you reach
Right.
the intermediate level, you can also, if you can afford, you can join platforms like English Yari, Clapping Go, where you are able to practice with expert tutors. They will help you to master grammar, work on your, pronunciation, or whatever mistakes you're making. They are going to guide you in your journey. So just when you're starting, remember to just get comfortable with the language, enjoy speaking it. Okay,
Right.
so don't
Right.
focus too much on grammar or something. Just go with the flow. Yes,
Right,
that's
right,
the
right.
tip.
That is really very important to identify your passion first. That really you want to learn this language, and when you want to learn this language, you have to forget everything that what others are going to tell you.
Yes,
Why do you feel hesitant? Because you have a fear of that if I make mistake, what will happen? So you have to remove all these things from your mind, and then you have to speak to yourself first. Because once you are, suppose you join Clapping Go or English Yari, and you are not able to even frame proper sentences, then that platform would not be that very useful for you. So it would be always
yes,
great
right.
that first you initiate on your own, and then start
Exactly.
using two words, maybe subject and verb, then gradually subject, verb, and object, and that's how a bigger subject and then bigger predicate. That's how maybe they can start practicing. Very well said. Then
But
the
these things
next
comes
question.
later.
Yeah, it comes later, and especially the things that feel that I'm not able to use advanced words. So how to use
Mhm.
advanced words, how to increase and improve vocabulary. So what would you like to suggest them for words and vocabulary, what they should do?
I think everybody these days focus a lot on improving their vocab, enhancing their vocab, and learning new phrases, expressions, because we see that in our environment, many advanced speakers are using such fascinating vocab. So even we want to enhance our vocabulary.
Mhm.
For that, I don't think I'm the right person to tell you what you should do, because everyone has their own way. So for me, if I just come across any new word while listening to an audio conversation, because even I practice listening a lot to improve my vocabulary. So
Right, right.
if I'm watching any expert tutor's conversation and I come across a new word, I immediately look up for that word on Google, right? And first of all, I try to guess the meaning from the context itself, like what could be the meaning, right?
Right.
Suppose the word amiable. My friend is very amiable. So I'll try to guess what it can be, if friendly or something like that. And to check my guess if it's right or not, then I look up for the word on Google. And that's
Mm.
how I try to think like how I can apply this word in
In
my
my own
conversation,
sentences.
right?
Right.
Yes. And if I do that like 2, 3 times in a day, I will deliberately try to make some sentences using that word. Okay, so in that manner, and you don't know, I don't know why it happens that once I come across a new word, and I deliberately put efforts to make sentences about that word, and then the next day itself, I'm going to listen to that word again. I don't know, but universe conspired said that I'm going to come across that same word many times until it gets, embedded in my memory. So if
Mm.
this method works for you, it's very well. Apart from that, people make notes of new words so that they can revise them again and again. So if you
Right.
think that is wonderful method, because you have proper notes and everything is there in front
Right.
of you.
Right.
So another thing that you can try. Yeah, that's the thing that I like the
Right, right.
most.
Reading and listening. When you are reading or you are listening to someone, then if any new word comes, and usually when somebody is speaking, we can correlate the meaning of that word. But until or unless we check the meaning, we check the use of that word, because one word can be used maybe two, three different ways. Okay, so
Yes,
how can you use, in what context you can use that particular word? For that we need to check, sometimes maybe with chat gpt or google, or hindi to english, english
yes,
to english, in all the ways, because usually sometimes in the beginning the thoughts always come from hindi to english. In the
yes.
starting they start translating method, but gradually if you ask them that think in english from the very beginning, it doesn't happen. We have the habit of
Not possible.
thinking something in our own native language, so the thought process, whatever, everyone's, like, it comes in their native language. So then if you check it in your own native language to native language, and then from hindi, your native language, to english, then probably we can understand the meaning well. And then the example sentences given by ChatGPT, then probably we should try to make 5 to 10 sentences of our own, and that's how maybe that word will be registered in our mind, because knowing,
ChatGPT is a
understanding,
very useful tool.
very, very useful. Yeah,
It will
right.
give you so many exercises to learn that word that it will be very, very effective way to learn from
True,
ChatGPT.
true
Because I
that.
do the same when I have to teach vocab to my students. It will give you very fun activities. You will enjoy learning that word. It will not be a boring exercise for you. Trust me.
Yeah,
And
yes.
also, you can, when you speak to your co-learner, try to teach them that new word. So they also learn it. If you're
Yes.
having conversation with someone, try to teach them because
Right.
teaching is the most effective way. If you have understood something very well, you must teach it.
So while teaching, you start explaining those things, and when you
Yes.
explain, it means it's a kind of recapitulation. So then it gets registered in a
Yes.
better manner. Right, right.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right, Pooja. This is the reason I thought of asking these questions to you today. You are explaining so well. Next, coming to you, Pooja, that the biggest challenge is about pronunciation. Okay, because some have the habit of pronouncing sh as only s, shaw to saw. It's not only one problem. With many different words, they are not able to pronounce the words properly. What method should they apply? Or how can they get to know the correct pronunciation of the words?
Okay. So I do agree that pronunciation is a major aspect of speaking English properly. You
Mhm.
cannot undermine the importance of pronunciation. And especially, I have seen that beginner level students face a lot of challenge with pronunciation. They often make this common pronunciation error like sh and so. So, if I get any kind of such student who is not good at pronunciation, first of all, I give them tongue twisters.
Right.
If they're often confused between sir and sure sound. So we have tongue twisters like she sells shells at the seashore. So I make them repeat the same tongue twister many, many times until I'm satisfied that now, yes, they are pronouncing it right. So I do this activity for like a week or so. I take a short break then, and again I ask them, now tell me this tongue twisters. And I check if they're speaking it right or not. So one of my students, she makes a lot of pronunciation errors with so and sh, b and b. She's not able to say words with j. She says z, giraffe.
Mhm. Even
Like
Raza,
that.
even when Raja is to be said, and some people,
Every
sometimes,
time.
yeah, Raza, yeah, yes, yes, right.
And that kind of,
Mm. And it
I
becomes
can't take
at
it
times very
because
funny to,
annoying,
yeah, and
funny. Yes,
annoying
yes.
as well. Yes, the how to correct this.
So,
Even I came across a student. Now she's not taking class. Her name was, like, the surname was Shankar. Okay, name plus Shankar. So she was not able to say even Shankar. Her own name was like this, but Shankar, she was always saying Shankar, Shankar. And I used to tell her it is Shankar, Shankar, SH, you are writing SHAN, then it is Shankar.
yes.
But she was not able to. And I gave her practice for many days. Then finally, somewhere after 1 or 2 months, she took to pronounce her name correctly.
Yes, yes, they do such things. I totally
Yeah.
agree with that. And
Yes.
no matter how much you focus on practice, but still it's very, very difficult to improve because for the whole life they have been saying Sankar, English. So how can
English.
you correct that in a
C
single day?
is going, C is going. Yeah, these kind
See,
of things.
yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes. So we
So
come
it's
across
a
such.
time-taking process, but
Hmm.
it's very important. As a teacher, you can't ignore these things,
Right, right.
until unless I'm satisfied with the pronunciation, I don't move ahead with other sort
Yes,
of things.
yes, right, right, Pooja. And another challenge is because my channel's name is Grammar with Manju ma'am, unfortunately or fortunately. Okay. So I always reply to this question, is grammar really important? Now, the same question I want to ask you. What is the role of grammar? Because most of the people, they say that grammar is not needed. Why shall we go deep down into grammar? Oh, what is your take on this?
I feel we can't overlook the importance of grammar because when it comes to speaking correct English, grammar does help us in many ways. But I wouldn't say that you should always, as a beginner, focus on grammar. Okay?
True, true.
Speaking is important, especially what beginners should do is that just be comfortable in speaking. Take any
Mhm.
topic of your choice. If you want to describe your day, do not stuck where to use is, am, was, were, has, have, ing, or anything. Just whatever has come to your mind, say that I am waking up, I am doing this, because I have seen mostly beginners will make this grammar mistake. They don't understand tenses. Whenever they have to narrate a past incident, they will use simple present tense. Although they need to use simple past, but it's very difficult to make them understand. So tenses, models, conditional, active, passive, all that comes later. As a beginner, just make them comfortable in speaking. Just give them variety of activities like role plays, group discussions, like 1 minute speaking activities, so that they are just comfortable to express themselves, to communicate clearly. And
Right.
once they build that confidence, once they overcome their hesitation,
Mhm.
then you can now focus on the grammar aspect, which is very, very important because although, we think that native speaks well, sometimes even native speakers make a lot of grammatical errors.
Yeah,
It happens.
it
Even natives
happens.
make grammatical, but we don't realize it because they're speaking so fluently. So we think
Right.
that okay, she's a very good speaker, but it happens even with native speakers. The grammatical concepts are not clear, and they often make such kind of mistakes. So for a beginner, it's not that important. You can just get comfortable with speaking and build your fluency. After reaching intermediate level, yes, try to learn tenses, try to learn models, conditionals, active, passive, everything. But we see, these days people don't have a lot of time to pay attention on grammar. So just cover the basic concept, like your basic sentence structure, how to form, what is the rule for each kind of sentence that they can focus on. And yeah, both grammar and speaking should go hand in hand. If you are a trainer, if you're
Right,
teaching someone,
right,
tell
right.
them the importance of both the things.
Yes.
But beginners there's no need to dig deep down in grammar. Stay away from grammar, seriously. Otherwise, you will,
They will never
not
be
find
able
this
to
language
start their
interesting.
journey because grammar is
They
such
get
a vast
frustrated.
thing. Yes.
Th- They really get frustrated. Oh my God, how do I remember so many rules? But then I tell them there's no need to remember.
Mhm.
Seriously, all you have to do is just start practice. You will automatically understand, like, okay, this is where I
With
need to
each
use simple
each
past. This is
mistake,
where I need to use
one
this.
logic, one certain rule, and then you fix that rule in your mind, and then probably next time you won't make that mistake again.
Yeah,
So, which
exactly.
is the most common grammatical error you come across because you have been taking classes for so long? So I feel
Yes.
that I have noticed mostly with simple past. Sometimes when they change it into negative and interrogative also, they use the second form of the verb. I have come across this mistake many times, like he did not went. He went, he did not went. Mostly I have seen this kind of mistake. And one more thing, like we say, I have a black t-shirt, so she have a black t-shirt, he have a
Yeah.
black t-shirt. They just forget that I have, then whether she has or she have. So these two mistakes
Yeah.
very often I come across. Would you like to tell me if you have come across certain grammatical errors very often?
Um, I think people, I have observed this in the comment section. They say, I am agree. They
I
love
am
to use
agree. Yes.
with stative verbs, we do not use such kind of, ismr. So
Yes.
I am understand. So
Yes,
there's no
yes,
need to use ismr at wrong places. So I think people
yes.
need to understand where to use simple present and
Mm,
where to use present continuous tense. So this kind of
right.
difference, if they are able to understand, they won't make such kind
Right,
of
right.
errors.
And if
It's very
after
common.
is, yeah, if after is RM, was, were, will be, shall be, if the main verb is there, it means that has to have ing form.
Yes.
That,
Also, one more thing, I did not understood the question.
yes,
With
yes,
did,
I did
they
not
use verb
understood.
second
Yes,
form.
yes, yes. This
So
is
that
what
is
I
also
said.
the
I did
error they
not
make.
went. I went, so they correlate with this. I
Yes.
went, then I did not went. She goes,
Yes.
she does not goes. This kind of mistake.
Yes. Subject of agreement is like totally
Yeah.
messed up in their
So
mind.
this is what
Yes.
subject verb agreement, and it is just 1 day practice, and it is a fun practice actually. Even one question I asked ChatGPT today, and unfortunately, I don't know. Uh, I found that the answer what ChatGPT gave, it was wrong. Then I again double checked. I said, I think that the first option which you have given is wrong. Then immediately ChatGPT gave me the answer. Oh, thank you so much for catching my fault. Yes, it is
Exactly.
wrong. So I,
ChatGPT can make mistakes. Even while teaching, I be very careful that students don't really take all the things from ChatGPT. I make sure that everything is fine. If
yes,
there's
yes,
any error, I let them know that don't this kind of sentence is wrong. You cannot frame it. Then they
true,
understand
true.
because as students they don't know what is correct and what is not. So being a teacher, it's our responsibility to guide them.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. I think
One last
we're
question.
just
One last question, Pooja.
yeah.
That is, uh, they start speaking, they think of words, vocabulary, and grammar, everything, but they aspire to sound like a native speaker very soon, very soon. What is it right way to think that I must sound like a native speaker, or they should hold their horses, they should keep practicing, and then later might be they can think of like how can I sound like a native speaker? What is your take on this question? You would be able to answer
Okay.
this question very well, I know it.
Okay. I don't think there is any unnecessary pressure they should take to sound like natives. All they should focus is because we are Indians and our English is not going to sound like, US or UK speakers. So we should be authentic and we should just try to build our fluency, learn how to communicate well, express our thoughts clearly. That should be our entire focus. There's no need to think, okay, we have to sound like natives. If you are interested in catching their accent, it's fine to a certain extent, but you're going to
Some
sound
of
really
them,
weird,
they
if
have
people,
started like since their childhood, they have started picking
yeah,
up
some people
British
do.
accent or something like that. Then for them, it's fine. Like if I start thinking to sound like a native speaker, it is for me. I feel that this is just next to impossible. I can say,
Yeah,
isn't it? I can't do it
yeah,
because
it sounds
and
quite weird.
what is wrong in speaking naturally? There is nothing wrong. I feel
Yeah, I
yes.
never try to fake my accent.
Where have
Yes,
you gone, by the way? But I received a call, and because of that, everything went wrong. Okay, Pooja, so it was a wonderful session, and your insights certainly will help the learners. They will get to know that how they can go step by step and how can they be self-motivated, not thinking of that within a month I should sound like a native speaker, and how can
yes.
they be always practicing. That is more important. I feel that practice every day, that is much more
Practice is the
important
key.
than thinking something that I'm using heavy words or not, I'm using idioms and phrases or not, I'm speaking correctly or not. Sometimes you can make mistakes, but yeah, practice makes a person perfect, so practice is more important. Thank
Yes.
you so much for taking out time.
Thank
I'm
you, ma'am,
so
for
glad.
inviting me. It was really a very insightful session with you. I hope my insights were helpful for the students as well.
Certainly 100%, there's no doubt about it. Okay, Pooja, so bye for today.